My name is Sarat Kassazan. I'm an associate professor at the Queensland Alliance for Environmental Health Sciences at the University of Queensland. PFAS are per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances. They are industrial chemicals that have been used in a wide range of applications, both in Australia and globally. The most known is in firefighting foams, but they're also used in everyday products and consumer products and carpets and furnishings, etc. To monitor PFAS in the environment, the Queensland Alliance for Environmental Health Sciences have developed the MPT, microporous polyethylene tube passive sampler. The passive sampler has been used by Seqwater in a number of campaigns across about 36 or 37 catchment areas, which include dams and river catchments. Seqwater have been very proactive in supporting the development of the passive samplers for PFAS. We first deployed them 7 years ago with the prototype sampler. Levels detected in South East Queensland are well below the Australian drinking water guideline values. The sampler is between 4 and 8 centimetres long and it's easy to deploy both in surface waters and in groundwater systems. And it allows us to detect a range of PFAS that might be present in these systems. The tube acts a little bit like a sponge. It's got sorbent inside that is specifically for targeting PFAS contaminants. And in the system, PFAS will be attracted to the sorbent and get picked up by the sorbent. When we get back to the lab, we take the sampler. It gets extracted using different solvents and then run on a very sensitive analytical equipment using standardized procedures for PFAS analysis that are standardized across Australia, but also globally. The MPT passive sampler was developed as part of a team. We had a grant put together. We received funding from the US Department of Defense. We had support from local Australian industry and government, including Seqwater. Seqwater have been very supportive of the development of the sampler since its early days. When we started with a prototype sampler, we were able to deploy it in South East Queensland catchments with the help of Seqwater and refine and develop the technology in a way that would be appropriate for the Australian environment. The MPT sampler is now being deployed across different states in Australia. It's been adopted by industry as well as some government agencies for looking at PFAS as well as other contaminants. It's been rolled out in the US through the US Department of Defense, and we have collaborators, academic and industry in Europe. In addition to using the MPT passive sampler for PFAS, Seqwater have been proactively monitoring for pesticides and personal care products and other contaminants in the catchments. And as we're learning more about PFAS and the group of PFAS that are of concern is expanding, we've continued testing to see that the sampler is still fit for purpose and can still monitor some of the more advanced PFAS that we're detecting or concerned about.